in the action here.
Good point.
Well, first of all, yes, absolutely. What a treat it is to be here at Fox Meadow. And I was looking at the article in there on the board. I mean, this is like coming to Mecca in paddle tennis. I mean, this is where it all started. 125 years at Fox Meadow.
Really nice thing about the senior game is there's a lot more camaraderie. There's a lot more, like I'm saying, happy to see you. Happy we're back for another year.
Storm is fantastic.
Yeah?
Enjoying every moment.
Fantastic. What's your age?
I'm going to be 83 in August.
That's inspiring.
Served in World War II as a military policeman.
How did he learn that? You knew at an early age he was ambidextrous.
Well, you know, he started playing tennis at a very young age, and he just played with two hands. That was both sides, yeah.
Awesome. It's amazing to watch.
No one has to be 125 years old. It's the combined ages of the two players, and their age is based not even on their age today, but their age at the end of the year.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to make a couple of comments about this tournament. This is a master success as far as I think we're concerned, and hopefully as far as you're concerned. 90% of the people who are here today have played either last year or the year before, and probably 80% have played both years. So to me, personally, this group is what paddle is all about in this part of the country for people who are of our age. And because they keep showing up, it doesn't matter what the weather is or what the conditions are, they're there. And the nicest bunch of guys that you could ever run across. Finally, the Hall of Fame Museum has been in the works for 6 years. In the last 4 years, we've really spent a lot of time trying to find A, a location, and then B, figure out what was going to go in the museum and all the logistics, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm delighted to report that A, we found a home. The home is a place called Center Court down in Chatham, New Jersey. It's right down behind the Short Hills Mall. It's a going operation where they've got, I think, 7 or 8 indoor tennis courts, 26 outdoor courts, Olympic swimming pool, and they've just put in 4 paddle courts. And and they've allocated some space for the museum upstairs in a totally renovated building. And by the way, there's going to be the 45, 55, and 65 men's nationals are going to be held there at the end of February. So hopefully all of you will get a chance to go down there and not only see the space, but play in the tournament and get comfortable with what we've got going. I'm not sure how long it's going to take us to be ready to move in, but I can tell you this, that we have a very active board, and we've got a good curator who was here a minute ago, but he's just disappeared, Jim McCready. And we're designing, we're working on the museum and have been every single month. We meet once a month, and so the museum's going to become a reality, I think, in the very near future. So there are 2 or 3 things that I'd like to ask of you. Number one of the jobs that we have is to create awareness that there's going to be this museum. And so in order to try and make that happen, we've got a pretty good website that covers a look at the place, a look at what's going into it, a look at the people, a look at the video that we've done with the daughters of the founders of the game, and a few other things. In order to encourage people to go to that website, we've created a poster. And I'm going to ask each of you, I'm going to give you a little folder, and in that folder are 2 posters. And if you would take it upon yourself to try and get those 2 posters up in a paddle hut somewhere that doesn't have the poster up, why, I think that will do a lot to driving people to go take a look at the museum on the website. The second thing is that we have not started our fundraising campaign only due to the conditions of the marketplace. But it looks like the conditions are going to exist for a while longer. And we're sooner or later going to have to start to raise some money. Our total goal is $3 million. And so far we're in excess of $70,000 or $80,000. But we haven't really gone out to the public at large. And inside the folder that you're all going to hopefully take home, and we've got the folders right here, not only are the posters, but there's a card explaining what the museum is all about and a pledge card. And our hope, or at least my hope personally, is that everybody in this room will give something. Doesn't have to be a monster gift, but you people are the core of senior paddle in the Northeast. And so hopefully the first thing that you'll do is say, okay, I'll make some sort of a donation. And if any of you want to talk to us about doing a little bit more than just a donation, fine. But the third thing that I'd like to ask, and this is the last thing, is that our names are in here and how you reach us. If each one of you here in this room can find one prospect who A, has played paddle, likes paddle, and B, still has a semblance of some money left, and could turn that person over to us or work with us to go and make a solicitation for something that might be in the major gift category, we'll be a long ways closer to having this museum and making it a reality. And to me, it's kind of like it's a giving back to the sport. And the sport has been awfully good to all of us. We're all, I think, delighted to be here today. And the museum is hopefully going to be a really first-class place that reflects the past, reflects the people who've been honored in the Hall of Fame, reflects all the people who have won a national championship. There are 26 of them, so a lot of people in this room have probably been involved in those. And more importantly, is going to reflect where the game is going. And we've got a lot of things underway. We think it's going to be a very dynamic and exciting museum, albeit kind of small, but that's the way it is for the time being. And we would really appreciate anything you can do to get involved in whatever way, large or small, and maybe feed us somebody who will say, I'd like to have my name on the museum. How much do I have to give? But if you can't find that, anything else would certainly be appreciated. So I thank you very much.
I'm Janice Estes, Scott Estes' wife, and this is my partner in crime, Di Whitlock, Jerry Whitlock's wife, and our husbands are partners.
Okay, fantastic. Where are all the other wives?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You here to play in the tournament?
We're here to help. We can't pass the physical.
Are your husbands in it?
Our husband. Mine is.
Who's that?
Bob Brown.
Really?
Right now, I'm chairman of the Platform Tennis Hall of Fame Museum.
Okay.
And
Yeah. It's great to hear that
we've got a very nice location now in Center Court Athletic Club over in New Jersey. We have an upstairs room in their large clubhouse.
Okay.
And we're now beginning our fundraising, hoping to put together enough money to build a museum.
When did you start playing here?
In the 50s, yeah. And then we lived overseas for 9 years, came back in '68, so it's 40 years here.
It's a beautiful place. Did you know Blanchard and Cosmo?
No, I did not, but I knew a lot of. I knew a lot. Yeah, I'm too young. I knew a lot of the old Army athletes, though, the same guys that played with them in the 30s.
Yeah, and they really built the sport.
They built the sport.
Thanks very much, Bob.